Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by again on such short notice. Back with another edition of IDP. We've got new or recent releases of indie rock, post-punk, indie pop, some shoegaze, and whatever else we get into. If you're feeling parched, I'd encourage you to grab yourself a cold one on me. Help yourself. Dig around the cooler, see what you can find. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. First up, we have something from an LA band that's been around for the better part of a decade, maybe a little bit over a decade. Go by the name Wand. And the album out on Drag City Records is called Vertigo. Yeah, so Wand had previously been a little bit more of a garagey, blow your speakers out type of band. They've been transitioning. I think that Corey Hansen, the vocalist, had been doing some more lighter fare, I guess you could say, on his solo work. And that seems to have moved into the Wand, the Wand world, I guess you could say. So now I would call this more maybe psychedelic art rock with syrupy bass, trippy strings, at times to me sounding very Radiohead-esque, especially with the vocal style that Corey Hansen employs on this record. So it does occasionally crank the fuzz up a little bit, but most of this is fairly, pretty restrained, I would say, overall as far as the noise level. Definitely has some beautiful moments. I would say this album could be a little bit of a tough nut to crack. I do enjoy it right now. I'm especially liking the first half of the album, I guess you could say, or the A side of the record, as opposed to the second half. But even that second half is starting to click in a little bit more for me. Definitely worth checking out. I think fans of earlier Wand may be fairly turned off by this. I almost feel like you need to come into this without the baggage of expectations that you may have from the previous work. Anyway, the band's called Wand. Album is called Vertigo, out now on Drag City Records.
I don't want to tell you that I know that I was wrong. I just want to lie out here outside, going for a smile. You'll be back, I can see that in your eyes. Walk into the city where you hunt yourself. I don't have a reason to scream out for help. I don't have a reason to scream out for help. I don't have a reason to scream out for help.
Up next, we've got the third full-length release from the Glasgow band called Nightshift. This album is called Homosapien. It's out on Trouble in Mind Records. I'd say this is arty post-punk with indie pop elements, sometimes punky, sometimes funky, sometimes jazzy. It's a lot of varied arrangements, varied instrumentation from track to track, switches up in styles here and there. They did a revamp of the lineup for this new album, kind of a refresh, so to speak. I think it really does work for me. I think this is probably their best album overall. There's some real ear candy on here, as well as some more introspective tracks. There is occasionally some mild dry cleaning vibes, as well as the off-cited Young Marble Giants vibes on here that you can hear for sure. I'd say worth taking a look at, even if you weren't necessarily into the earlier Nightshift. I definitely think this is a step up. Check it out.
Look into my crystal ball. See into the depth of my soul. Archaic seaside, voting for the oppressor. Together we ride, emblematic, powerful sign. Stand up tall, together we roll. Elevated language and prose.
Up next, this is the 4th LP for the a British trio that's led by singer-songwriter Emma Koopa. They go by the name Mammoth Penguins, and their most recent release called Here is out now on Fika Recordings, Fika Recordings. Yeah, so this is their 4th full-length release. I call it, indie pop / power pop. Gets a little crunchy, a little borderline punk at times. Yeah, it has crunchy guitars, really well-written songs, lovely harmonies, and also a bit of a sense of humor that I enjoy as well in the lyrics. I think that the songwriting is really strong on here, really stands out. I think fans of band like the Beths would be well served checking these guys out. The more I listen to this, the more I dig it. So the band is called Mammoth Penguins, and their 4th LP is called Here, out on Fika Recordings.
How many more flies do I need? How many adventures with good memories? How many more times do I need to see a poster for a show that was empty? Sitting on trains, sleeping in cars, up and down the country. I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I could just go there, could go there again. Doesn't mean I want to cause any more pain. I could just go there.
Next, we're going to Japan for some shoegaze. It's a band we talked about, I think, talked about their debut release, I believe, a few years ago. The band is called Stomp, Modstone, and the album, their newest album, is called Pure Purple Pool. Yeah, so I believe this is a 5-piece band out of Japan. I'm not 100% sure if this is their 3rd or 4th LP. So I do like this band. I think there is a lot of good stuff in here. So I personally the way I listen to music is I listen to a whole album. I don't listen, almost always. I'm putting on an album, I'm listening to the album. And so maybe it's just me, but my issue here with this record is it's 20 tracks. It's pushing 2 hours. It's closer to 2 hours long than it is to 90 minutes. It's very maximalist, kitchen sink shoegaze, I would say. It's all different kinds of shoegaze. It's 20 songs. The songs are long. Like I say, it's nearly 2 hours. I don't believe this is on any physical format. I mean, it would need to be on 2 CDs. It would need to be on probably at least 3 LPs, probably 4 LPs. It is a lot to absorb. I'd say for a good portion of this, I do hear like the band Sweet Trip as an influence probably, but it's really literally every kind of shoegaze and dream pop stuff all thrown in, and it's really dense, and like I say, really long. This is a band I would definitely love to see live. I would probably go out of my way to catch live. But just from the standpoint of what do I think about this LP, I don't even know if I can really quantify it. I feel like I've listened to it several times. It's such a huge commitment. I feel like I might not even ever really fully absorb what's going on here. But I do feel like there are people out there that would feel differently, that will, like, if you just listen to shoegaze or primarily listen to shoegaze, I think you're gonna, like, you can obsess over this record, and it could be, like be something that you really, really love. Anyway, Stomp Talk Modstone. The album is called Pure Purple Pool. I think this is possibly self-released this time. Next, this is an EP from a band it's a new band out of Vancouver, Canada, British Columbia. This is their debut release. It's an EP, 5-song EP, 17 minutes long. It's called Disparity, and it's out on Kingfisher Bluez. So this is fuzzy, grimy, murky, gritty indie rock with some some shoegaze nods. Can hear a lot of early 90s alternative guitar rock influences. The Pixies definitely come to mind. There's grunge, I would say. They've been getting a lot of hype lately in the Canadian indie rock scene. I think especially for people that are fans of bands like Dive, D-I-I-V, or like the Hotline TNT record that came out last year. I think lives in that same, in that same world. Yeah, I think fans of those things should definitely keep an eye on these guys. I'm sure they'll have a full-length release before long. The band name is La Lune. I don't know if I even said that at first. La Lune, from Vancouver, and the EP, their debut release, is called Disparity, and it's out on Kingfisher Bluez.